Going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family? One Eyebrow back to talk about The Walking Dead Season 8, second half. The 3 trailers, well, a teaser and 2 trailers. We had the one right at the end of the first half of Season 8. Then we had to wait forever. Then a teaser came out, and then another trailer came out. And obviously, spoiler warning, if you don't want to know this information, stop watching now. If you don't know about Season 8, the second half, the first half, all that good stuff, some major death news, stop watching now. Spoilers will be coming. And if you can, guys, join our team, our family, our community, be a valued member of the PT channel by subscribing, stay in the know by subscribing and getting notifications, and I hope you do. So in the trailers here, we see a burned up Alexandria, but if you look in the very center of it, you see people walking. That has to be Carl, Michonne, and Rick, right? Then you see here, they're walking into the church. If you see by the doorway there, highlighted in the red square on the thumbnail, but they leave the sewers. I would assume that it's going to pick up at the sewers, or maybe a flashback or a callback or something, but Rick and Michonne and Carl are in the sewers. Carl's going to have his big words of wisdom. Is this in the church? Did they already move him? Who's going to put him down? We just don't know yet, but they're going to move him, as we see right here. That's got to be walking from that building towards the church to move him. Just not sure when and how Negan leaves Alexandria. Then we see Dwight with the group. He's in the sewers with Rick's group and Rosita and Michonne and Tara, and they're talking about what to do, about how to get Negan away. And I'm not sure if Dwight goes back to the Saviors or he stays with Rick the rest of the way, but you see Dwight talking with Rosita and Michonne how to get out of there, but they eventually leave and they do get out. Maybe it's a plan by Dwight. I think he stays with Rick's group for a while. You see them talking here. Rick is talking with Daryl. Daryl probably has the plan to escort the group to Hilltop, while Rick and Michonne deal with Carl in the situation at Alexandria, because we see the groups kind of divided, where Rick and Michonne are at Alexandria and Daryl is with Sadiq and Rosita and Tara in the swamps in the back area. It's probably to go towards the Hilltop, and they're going to be working together, sticking together. They have a plan to get out, and I'm sure we'll see some flashbacks of the first half of Season 8 and prior seasons, of course, some callbacks as well. But the fire needs to be put out. I believe Rick and Michonne stay at Alexandria. They bury Carl there is my best guess. They're putting out the fires with the fire extinguishers. Then walkers come in because Alexandria is exposed and open to walkers and people. Rick and Michonne put out the fires, take out some of the walkers, and then they have to leave because Alexandria is all, destroyed. Pretty much it's useless for right now. They have to rebuild it. They're going to end up all at the Hilltop at some point. There's a lot of walkers that come in. Probably Rick and Michonne take care of them. They probably get in the bird van, I would assume, and they leave. But we see a lot of the walkers coming towards them. To me, it looks like Alexandria, the pathway and the walkway there too. But Rick and Michonne will be taking these walkers out probably after the fact they bury Carl, because I just don't see them taking Carl all the way to Hilltop to bury Carl there. I would assume this is his grave right here. You can see the fires are out. It's kind of smoky. It's kind of there, but it's just Rick and Michonne. So I would assume they stay at Alexandria. And I'm assuming that the Carl goodbye is a very nice send-off for Carl Grimes and his last wishes about Carl going out, but Rick carrying on the legacy of Carl. So Carl still lives on through Rick and Michonne and Judith. And we'll see how it goes down, but I'm excited for it. Rick and Michonne have to have a good sequence here, and it's going to be very sad. Episode 809 is an extended episode, but it's going to be a very sad one when the little sequences there, like Carl's gun and the hat. What's going to happen with the gun and the hat, and what's going to happen going forward? How is Rick going to see the world? He just lost his son, not by the hands of Negan, but at the war. Like I said before, Daryl probably takes a group through the water, the walkers through the back way to Hilltop. I would assume they stay off the roads to maintain a low profile because the Saviors are probably all over the place. And the Saviors eventually find out that Rick and Daryl are still alive and they had an escape plan. But you can see they're kind of the back ways. This might be them leaving Alexandria. It kind of looks around the trees around that too, or it's in the woods. Then we see another sequence with Dwight running in the woods, and they show Daryl having his crossbow up, and is it his old one or his new one or what? But where is Dwight running to, and why is he running? And they show Tara. If you look at the shirt of Dwight, it's very interesting. He's got a blue shirt in the trailer and then a yellow shirt, tan shirt kind of there, but it's a different shirt for sure. And Dwight talking with Tara that he is on Rick's side. He chose his side. He's on Rick's side to take Negan down, and maybe Tara's just questioning that. Tara's not going to kill Dwight. Tara doesn't really do much of killing people. She talks a lot of big thing, but I didn't really see her too much of action so far. Rosita finally does something in the trailer. She hasn't done much in the season so far because of pregnancy stuff, whatever, but the second half the group's going to need her at the hilltop battle because you know a big battle is coming at the hilltop. Rosita is a decent fighter, and the group needs that. She doesn't need to be reckless, and Daryl doesn't need to be reckless by any means, but Rosita taking out a walker here. There's a lot of clips of the same thing of that in the trailers, but here's more of the walkers in the water. Are they whisperers? Are they this? Hopefully we start to get more hints of the whisperers, but this is not affecting that at all. But the walkers in the water, the swimmers, the mudders, whatever you want to call these things, they're in there, they're going through it, but you see Sadiq and Daryl taking out some walkers and Rosita, and I'm sure the whole group is there too, like Tobin and everything, eventually going to the hilltop. Rick and Michonne, I would assume, go there later on down the road, or they're going to a different path or a different way. But like I said, I'm sure it's Daryl and the main group, and then Rick and Michonne sticking together. But eventually they all make it back to the hilltop to come together, sticking together, and to be the worst nightmare, like Daryl says. And we got some Maggie at the hilltop. Like I said, they're all coming to the hilltop to verge together because Alexandria is all burned up and destroyed. The kingdom is under attack. The hilltop's the only thing that left that they can kind of be there, but it's going to be overcrowded. You think the hilltop was kind of overcrowded before all this group, but now you got Kingdom, Alexandria, and hilltop people all together. But there's the gates where they go. Maggie's probably walking with Enid towards them, and then she sees Daryl and Judith and Rosita and Tobin and a bunch of other Alexandrians and Tara all coming together there. But then you see other parts of the trailer where you see other people there too, like Carol and Michonne and Enid and everything. But here they eventually go there first, safe and sound, and they make it there in good shape. Maggie's probably getting information here about what happened at Alexandria, and Rick and Michonne and Carl, I would assume too. Here's a good shot of the vest that Daryl still has. Does he have the original crossbow or not? Is Dwight with him here? I would assume Dwight goes back to the Saviors, but we'll see how they play that for sure. Then you see Carol there with Enid. Pretty awesome stuff. This is probably later after Carol and Morgan save the kingdom. We have more about that in a second. But here's just a great shot of Daryl and Carol and Judith. I just love them together. Daryl and Carol we need more of that. I know a lot of people like that. They want to see more of Daryl and Carol, and I do too. I want to see team efforts and the group coming together, and I think that's what we're going to see in the second half of season 8. Here's a great shot, saw before in the blurry kind of trailer that I had. Carol, Henry, and Morgan all at the hilltop, and also who else is there? Big Jerry. Yes, Jerry is not a captured person of the Saviors. He's not with Simon anymore. I guess he came back with Maggie. Pretty awesome stuff. So a lot of the kingdom, a lot of the hilltop, and eventually Rick gets to the hilltop as well. Looking at the graves, I would assume that these are still Abraham and Glenn's graves. He's just paying respects. Michonne and Enid there as well. So you see that Rick and Michonne eventually come to the hilltop, and it's a big thing for season 8 for the group coming together. Enid crying here. I'm guessing that it's her finding out about Carl's death. I don't think Carl's buried at the hilltop. Here she's with Aaron. Is she just being comforted by Aaron because she leaves and gets away from everything? Because, you know, that's what she does. Is it at Oceanside or hilltop? Just not sure. But Maggie is pointing her gun at somebody, but Maggie's not messing around, and I like that about her. Hopefully she still kicks butt in the second half of season 8. We got Father Gabriel here with red eyes. Is he still sick? Is he crying? Is he upset? Is he something here? But he looks to be in better shape than the last time we saw him. We'll see where this is, at Hilltop or not. Then we have the Kingdom. I would assume this picks up right where it left off in episode 809, maybe 810, but Ezekiel and Gavin. What happens here with Gavin and Ezekiel? I think it's pretty interesting because Gavin could join Rick's group. He could get killed. He could leave. I want to see how this plays out. But you know Morgan and Carol are coming to save the day. We have clear pictures of that. Ezekiel jumps down. They have explosions at the door. Carol and Morgan are working together, and these two get stuff done. They're some of the best two people to have on your side. Nabila is like, Carol, you versus all of them, they don't stand a chance. And you're damn right, girl. Tell them. Nabila is awesome. I love this character. She's very minor in the role of The Walking Dead, but I just love, the Kingdom has good secondary characters, and Nabila is one of those for me. Morgan and Carol looking at the plan of the attack, where the fire is, what to do. They probably set up the explosion at the front and come through the back, set up a diversion on there too. Carol and Morgan working together. I love it. Throw Daryl in the mix. That would be awesome. That's what we need. Let's make The Walking Dead great again, guys, right? Carol kicking butt. You see the stage, you see the auditorium. This is probably the back room where she's under fire. Carol and Morgan coming in, guns a-blazing, taking out the Saviors. It's very different. The last time Morgan was in there with Rick and them was like, can't we just save them? Can't we just stop them? Nope. Take them out, baby. That's right. Clear time. Saviors going down. We need more of that. We need... And I wonder if Morgan kills Gavin. He could, but Morgan's not messing around, and I love to see that. We need some saviors of significance to go away. Simon, Jared, Gavin, somebody. Give me something there, too. We need Jared for sure, and that's going to happen, but we can't wait soon enough. But Morgan takes him out. I believe Morgan is going rogue at certain times still, the second half of Season 8, and he's getting stuff done. We'll see how it plays out for the connection with Fear the Walking Dead. But Morgan and Carol saved the day at the Kingdom. I'm excited for it, guys. I don't know about you. I know the whole thing with Carl is upsetting a lot of people, but the second half of Season 8 looks great, and I'm very excited about it. Morgan, Carol, kicking butt. I'm not sure if this is exactly outside of the Kingdom or where it is, but I'm assuming and hoping that Carol is safe the entire season. I'm pretty sure Morgan is here as well. I'm thinking he's just herding walkers towards somewhere, if this is at the Saviors, if it's at the Kingdom, to take them towards the Saviors at the Kingdom, or it's at the Sanctuary where he's just bringing in some walkers for a diversion or for coverage. There's look to be the same walkers there too. So there's a big sequence around with these walkers and Morgan, and Morgan's going to be safe, I would assume, but we'll see how it goes down with all this, guys. I'm excited for it, guys. Post your comments below if I'm missing anything or what you're gathering from this breakdown for. Let me know. Walker in the street, probably just crawling towards something, or getting up after Morgan kicks their butt. But here is a good sequence of Morgan in a bar. It looks very different. I'm believing this is episode 14. We have some inside information for that, but that's going to be a big episode for Season 8, and I can't wait. Then we have Negan. He's turning away from most likely Simon, and then he probably goes whoop, turns around and addresses Simon, because if you see the next picture, you'll see Simon, Lucille, and Negan in the same conference room where they get stuff done. This is like the conference meeting room on there for it. You see the walkie-talkie there too. There might be the same walkie-talkie or radio sequence that Rick talks with Negan, but they bring in the box, and this is the same box that Maggie killed that Savior. And we all thought that maybe she shot the Savior in the head, but nope. It's kind of the Sasha Holly situation from the comic and the show. And I wonder what Negan's going to say about Simon keeping Maggie alive and not bringing her back. It should be very interesting, the whole sequence here with Negan, because he sees it as he keeps people alive. And we'll see how it plays out in the second half of Season 8. And from what I'm hearing, some big things are happening with Negan, Simon, Rick, and it should be great, guys. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you are too. Simon and Negan here. Two sequences that I see. Negan is going to be involved, of course, but Simon has a blue shirt on and then a yellowish tan shirt. We'll talk about that. So it's two different sequences, but Negan sends Simon somewhere, or Simon's going to make up for it somewhere about the scavengers is what I'm going with. He recruits a bunch of people probably for the attack on the scavengers and Jadis. There's Gary with the tattoo on his arm and all the weapons that they're taking for the big battle here. It's very quick in the trailers, but you see Simon with Jadis, Tamiel, and Brion, and then you see Simon take his gun out and point it at Tamiel, and Tamiel gets shot. Boom. So the rumors, the spoilers and stuff are true for a variety of reasons. And then I missed it the first time because the quality wasn't the best. But those are the dead scavengers that Rick and Michonne are running from. Because Rick and Michonne, eventually, they probably leave Alexandria and then go back to the junkyard again. Rick with these stupid junkyard scavengers. But he goes back. They're going to be gone. So it's going to be the end of that situation, except for Jadis. She's the lone survivor. But Rick and Michonne go there, and they're all going to be dead. So Simon was already there and killed them, except for Jadis. So I'm interested to see how Jadis and Rick and Michonne go from there on. Does Rick kill Jadis? Does Jadis want to die? Does Jadis leave? We'll see. Does Jadis finally join Rick? But I kind of feel bad seeing this. I know people are like, oh, Jadis, she sucks, man. She could have done this and she should have joined Rick. Of course so. But just look at her. She's very upset. And you got to feel bad just looking at a picture like that, too, especially because Pollyanna is such a sweet, awesome person. But Jadis is the lone survivor. Then we have Negan here in this sequence with the three walkers on the fence. And I always thought it would be the sequence of the walker bacteria and blood on the bullets and the arrows and Lucille. So if he scratches you, you still turn. You don't have to get killed. But he gets this walker in the face. Is that how he gets the bacteria on the bat? Is it an older sequence? Is it a flashback of things? Because we see Dwight there with a different shirt. This will be in Season 8, of course, but is it a flashback to a prior thing before the war, or what it is? Or is it a new technique or thing that Eugene or somebody figured out about the bacteria that they don't have to kill you, they can just scratch you? But if you see in the center there, you see Dwight walking through the group. Does he come back after the battle? And how does that work? Or is it a flashback before the war where Dwight actually switched sides? I can't wait to find out. But if you look at the shirt here by Dwight and you look at it there, same shirt, different outfit by Simon. A car is on fire. Who's in the car? Is it Rick, Negan, Savior, Survivor? Not sure, but look at the wall behind Negan and Dwight. It's the same wall, I'm guessing, by the color and the panels and the windows, that Rick is there too. So there's a firefight with that. So is it Negan, Simon, Dwight, Rick, and another battle? Same shirt that Simon is wearing, recruiting his saviors, and he's like, for Negan. So who are they attacking? What's going on here? Another battle. Many battles are coming. Then you see the bullet making by Eugene. He's probably at his bullet factory, or the materials came to him, like Negan said. We'll probably see the bullets being made. Is he going to make blanks to sabotage Negan? Does he do something there? Is it them making bullets to see how they got out of the sanctuary or for the next battle? Then we see the sequence of Negan most likely talking to Rick over the radio, the walkie-talkie, whatever you want to call it, and he's like, what's going to happen to me? And Rick's like, I'm going to kill you. And that's like the 5th time that Rick has said, I'm going to kill you, Negan. So what's up with that? Is that going to happen? Is it not? They're going to spare his life. My mercy prevails over my wrath, but I'm so pissed. I'm so this. And then he's going to do something. It's going to change Rick going forward. It's going to be pretty crappy if you're like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. You're going to die. And then he's not going to do it. So like, what is, you're building it up for nothing, because we all know it from the comic connection that Negan lives. But Rick is struggling with everything here. He's had a rough sequence from season 7 into season 8. The storyline has been pretty tough on Rick Grimes after meeting Negan for sure. But like I said before, guys, I'm excited for the second half of season 8, and hopefully you are too. A lot of good stuff's coming, a lot of action, a lot of good story, a lot of good sequences and storyline are still yet in the second half of season 8 into season 9 with it. We'll see what happens with Rick and Carl's legacy and Carl's, wishes to say, put your gun away and work together, and you can carry on in this world and you can still live. And I just don't know how it goes down where Rick ultimately changes his mind to not kill Negan. We'll see if it makes sense or not, if it's going to be stupid or what they do. But we'll see some flashbacks probably to early part of season 8. I'm guessing this is Morgan taking aim on the sanctuary when Daryl drives the truck into the sanctuary, because Morgan's there with his rifle, and I'm hoping we get to see how the Saviors actually got out of the sanctuary. Then we have the whole sequence here with Carl taking his hat off. People keep asking what's going to happen with the hat. I would love to see Rick with it again, or Judith have it, but hopefully it doesn't just stay on a grave. That would be kind of a waste of the hat. But the sequence here is Carl taking the hat off, and he's looking up in the sun with the white light, and I'm guessing it's his last transition before he dies, or a flashback to a part before he got bit. But we'll see how it goes down. It should be very sad. Then we had the sequence here with Negan and Rick, and they're probably fighting here. It's probably towards the end of the season when they run into each other again, and we'll see if this is where the fight sequence is, where if Rick spares him or not. But you see Rick's a little bloody in the face, so Negan got some licks in. I'm excited to see how it goes down, and what's going to happen with this Red Eye Rick in the second half of season 8, because Gimple said that we're going to see stuff from the first episode into episode 809 and throughout the second half of season 8. So what is this? Where is this? Did they just bury Carl? Is he looking at the grave? Why did his mercy prevail over his wrath? Are we going to see Old Man Rick in episode 809 or at any part of the second half of season 8? I'm excited for the possibilities of it. And what was up with all these sequences, the dream sequences, is the very end of the series? Are they already setting that up? What's up with Rick and Carl and Michonne? And here, rebuilding Alexandria after Negan blew it up. Can't wait to find out, guys. How about you? Post your comments below. And thank you for watching. This has been the big breakdown of all 3 trailers, well, the teaser and the trailer. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Post your comments below. And if you can, guys, join our team, our community, and our family, our PT channel family. Subscribe to get more videos. We have a goal of 100,000 subscribers. And remember, guys, you got to make some left turns before you make a right one.